Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center on the campus of Bellevue University. We bring you another women's and men's basketball doubleheader in the North Star Athletic Association. Both games tonight with first place implication as the home team Bellevue University Bruins take on the visiting Mayville State University Comets. Good evening, everyone. Mick Krupski back behind the microphone tonight to bring you the play-by-play of this action between the Bruins and the Comets. Bellevue coming into this one, along with Mayville State and Dakota State, on top of the North Star Athletic Association women's basketball standings with identical 8-win and 1-loss records. The Bellevue Bruins 14-8 overall. The Mayville State Comets at 16-4 overall. So the Bruins lost to the Comets on the road earlier this season. So the Bruins trying to hold the home court advantage by holding off the Comets here tonight. Had a chance to talk with head coach Dave Denley before tonight's contest for the Bruins. He said, yes, this is a big game, especially with only 5 remaining in the conference. Has implications for the league title. A good idea to position yourself for the conference tournament as well. I asked him what the keys to the game would be tonight for the Bruins. He said 2 things on defense and 2 things on offense. On the defensive end, the Bruins need to contain off the dribble, as the Comets like to get out and run. And secondly, the Bruins need to rebound well. Don't allow the Comets any second chances on the offensive glass. And on offense, the Bruins need to move the ball versus Mayville State's zone defense. And the Bruins also need to attack the rim. So keep those 4 things in mind as we watch tonight's contest. Let's take a look at the players that make these 2 teams go. First of all, for the home team Bruins, Bellevue comes into today's game averaging 71 points per game while allowing 64. So that's a +7 for the Bruins on the season. Bellevue shoots 42% from the floor, 34% from behind the three-point arc, and 69% from the free throw line. The Bruins feature a couple of double-digit scorers. Aisha Scott, 11.5 points per game. Faith Ross at 10.7. Ashton Arnold just 1 tick under that double-digit mark at 9.9. But the Bruins' offense will be a little bit hampered this evening as Faith Ross is out of action. She is sick and will not play this evening. On the boards, Laura Jurek leads the way. She's part of a quartet of Bruins that average 5 or more rebounds per game. In addition to Laura, Aisha Scott, Ashton Arnold, and Faith Ross. So again, the Bruins will be missing one of their top 4 rebounders in Faith's absence. Laura Jurek leading in assists with 71 on the season. The opponent tonight for the Bruins, the Mayville State Comets, 16-4, 8-1 overall. They're on a 5-game winning streak. They beat the Bruins 79-56 in the first matchup in January in Mayville, North Dakota. In fact, the Comets outscored the Bruins in each of the 4 quarters. Bellevue shooting one of their season low, only 28% from the floor in that contest. They were never really in it. They hope to turn the tide this evening against the Comets. The Comets have 4 double-digit scores. Jordan's Russ leads the way with 18.4 points per game. Aaron Walker, 12.1. Mackenzie Hughes at 11.2. And Jess Mertens at 10.3. Jordan's Russ, not only the Comets' leading scorer, she's also the top scorer in the entire North Star Athletic Association. Rust also the leading rebounder for the Comets, averaging close to 11 rebounds per game. Jess Mertens in second place with less than half at 5.3. So Rust is the key player that the Bruins will need to guard against. Head coach Dave Denley says she's going to get her points, but the Bruins need to guard her tough and make it hard for her to get off good shots. C.J. Decker, the leading assist provider for the Comets. She's got 81 assists on the season under her belt. For the Bellevue Bruins, in addition to the ladies that we talked about there are several of them who are in the top 10 in the conference standings. We just mentioned Jordan's Rust leading in points and reboundings. Ashton Arnold is number 2 in the conference in field goal percentage with 54%. Miranda Hennings, number 1 in three-point percentage, just under 50% at 49.1. Aisha Scott is number 6 in the league in points per game, 11.3. The Bruins will hopefully get a good game from Aisha tonight on the scoring end. And Faith Ross, who we mentioned, sick tonight, will not play. She's number 10 in the league in points per game at that 10.7 mark. So the young ladies on the floor getting their final warm-ups before we begin tonight's contest. As you notice, the Bellevue Bruins wearing pink jerseys tonight, or pink tops on their warm-up jerseys. Tonight is a pink out night in recognition of the fight, the ongoing fight against breast cancer. Bellevue volleyball has a pink night every season. Women's basketball as well, some of the other sports as well. So it's pink out night here for the Bellevue women's basketball program in their contest against Mayville State. Let's turn it over to public address announcer Ray Quinn as he introduces our national anthem and our starting lineups.
Our game day staff will be donning our pink tie-dye t-shirts, and players will be ditching their traditional warm-ups in favor of those same pink tie-dye t-shirts. At this time, we'd like to ask any cancer survivors in attendance, please stand and be recognized.
It's a recognition time for cancer survivors in the facility tonight. There are several women here who are being recognized in their ongoing battle against that disease.
As we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
National anthem before tonight's contest. Here's Ray with the starting lineups. Thanks once again to Ray for the starting lineup introductions. And we're ready for the two of the three teams tied atop of the North Star Athletic Association, the Bellevue Bruins and Mayville State Comets, both 8-1 in conference play along with Dakota State. So a game with big implications for the remainder of this North Star Athletic Association competition. Again, the starting lineups for the home team Bruins: Aisha Scott, Taylor Dement, Ashton Arnold, Laura Jurek, and Miranda Hennings. If you're joining us late, Faith Ross will not be playing tonight. She's out sick. So the Bruins leading one of their top point scorers and rebounders. For the Comets, it'll be C.J. Decker, Aaron Walker, Mackenzie Hughes, Jess Mertens, and Jordan Rust, the leading scorer and rebounder in the conference, wearing the royal blue uniforms of the Mayville State Comets. The Bruins in their home white with purple and gold trim. We are underway. First possession goes to the Comets. Bringing the ball to the floor, C.J. Decker. Long three-point shot is good right off the bat. Aaron Walker knocks that one down. The senior from Beulah, North Dakota. Taylor DeMent with the basketball. Point guard here for the Bruins. Mayville State traditionally will play a zone defense. Bruins inbound to Aisha Scott. She tries to get inside of Laura Jurek. Nice catch in the lane. Left-handed shot, too strong. Battle for the rebound. It'll be Comets basketball. So the Comets successful on their first trip down the floor. The Bruins unable to cash in. 3-0 our scores. The Bruins defense puts on some full court pressure. Mick Krupski here again with you tonight, bringing you the action live from the Coach Jerry Mosser court inside the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center. Comets move the ball to the right side. Here's Russ with the basketball. Now the reversal to the left side. Another three-point shot by Walker. She's 2 for 2 from distance. And the Comets open up a quick 6-0 lead. Here's Taylor DeMent quickly down the floor. Her pass trying to get it inside to Ashton Arnold. Laura Jurek able to keep it alive. Bruins continue on their second offensive possession. Scott into the lane. Her shot up. Too strong. Battle for the board is brought down by Rust. Jordan Rust, the first team all-conference player last year, continuing her strong play in this, her senior season. Dribble into the lane on the penetration by Mertens. She'll pull it back out. Bruins on a man-to-man defense, as they normally will show. Comets set it up in the half court, reversing to the left side. Drive into the lane. That's going to be a blocking foul called against Miranda Hennings. First personal, first team foul of the evening. Bellevue averaging 71 points per game. Mayville State averaging 78. Mayville State, a strong defensive team as well, only allowing 53 points on average to their opponents. Head fake. Mertens kicks it out. Again, a three-point shot by Aaron Walker. This time she proves she's human and is off the mark on that one. Bruins bring the ball up the floor. Here's Taylor DeMent getting to start tonight. Pass in the lane. Laura Jurek picks up the loose ball, and Laura is fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. First Mayville State foul tonight is against Aaron Walker. Laura Jurek to the free throw line for the home team Bruins. Laura, the fifth-year player from right here in Bellevue, Nebraska, graduate of Bellevue West High School. Laura, a 77% free throw shooter on the season. A little short on that attempt, however. Second attempt, and now the Bruins have their first point of the evening. Again, some backcourt pressure. The Bruins, the first time they showed this, fell back. And they do it again this time. Comets trying to pass their way, now dribble their way through the pressure across the timeline to Walker. She drives in the lane, shot up and in. It's the Aaron Walker show so far tonight, as she's accounted for all 8 of the Comet points against the Bruins. That one's tipped away. The turnover quickly up the floor comes Mackenzie Hughes. Her layup is too strong. Laura Jurek with the defensive rebound. Ashton Arnold with the basketball, avoids a double team, and the Bruins will set it up in the half court. Here's Scott to Arnold. Ashton, too strong. The Bruins with a little bit of shooting yips in the early going have not yet scored a field goal through their first 4 shots. Here's Jordan Rust. Kick out to the corner. Penetration by Decker. Now a reversal to the other side. Good ball movement without much of a dribble. Three-point shot again on its way. This time it's Mackenzie Hughes who knocks that one down. The Comets 3 out of 4, 75% from behind the arc. Bruins can't afford to fall behind this strong offensive team. Inbounds pass, that one's a little bit too strong off the tips of Jurek into the hands of Mertens. She'll bring it across the floor. Jordan's Rust, left-hand dribble, chip is across. Ball moving to the corner. Again, a three-point attempt. This one's off the side of the backboard and out of bounds. As C.J. Decker off the mark with that one. A couple of subs in for the Bruins early on. It's Shelby Little the sophomore out of Holiday Island, Arkansas, along with Delaney Van Blaricon, the senior from Holden, Missouri. 11-1 our score as the Comets have gotten off to a strong start, in large part due to 3 successful three-pointers. Again, the zone defense by Mayville, kind of a 2-3 look. Here's Shelby Little. Tries to get it, but Jordan's Rust with the deflection inside into the hands of Emma Pesa. Just into the game for the Comets. Back to work on offense. The drive into the lane. Now the give for Rust. Contact made. The shot is up. Count the basket. Jordan's Rust with the basket. Her first of the night and a free throw as well. Foul's going to go against Shelby Little. First of the night for her. Second team foul for the Bruins. Keziah Terrell checks into the game for the first time for Bellevue. Keziah, the sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. Timeout on the floor as head coach Dave Denley wants to talk things over with his team. Trailing by 12 in the early going, 6:08 remaining. It's the Comets 13, the Bellevue Bruins 1. All right, I confess I'm a knucklehead. I forgot to charge my phone this morning, so when I set it out here to invite you to send along text messages, my battery power is only at about 10%. So probably just gonna, we'll give it a shot. See how far it'll take us. My text message number, 402-515-7654. If you'd like to send along a text message while my phone is still operating, let me know who you are, where you are, any words of wisdom you want me to send along on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Bellevue fans, you've known that number all season long. We invite Comet fans to send in their messages as well. Jordan's Rust at the free throw line. The southpaw shooter is good from the free throw line. Rust averages over 18 points per game, over 10 rebounds as well. So leads not only her team but also the conference in both of those categories. Bruins on the attack, still looking for their first basket. We've gone over 4 minutes. Bellevue just one free throw. And that one's stolen. Ill-advised pass on the steal. Mackenzie Hughes, the length of the floor. And the turnover leads to points for the Comets. Their lead now at 15. Dave Denley talking to his bench across the way. A frustrating start for the home team Bruins as they're tied atop the league standings with Mayville State and Dakota State. Into Shelby Little. Shelby working one-on-one. First attempt no good, gets her offensive rebound, but her pass to Ashton Arnold. Ashton didn't grab it. It goes out of bounds. And another turnover against the Bruins. Into the game for Mayville State comes Greta Hiluka. Kayla Rockel also in for the blue-clad Comets. Bellevue with 5 turnovers already, 0 for the Comets as they have dominated the first half of the first quarter. Again, ball movement outside the perimeter. Entry pass, nice play by Shelby Little to deny that pass and get the steal. Here's Delaney Van Blaricon coming across the half-court line. Delaney saw a seam, then came back. It's tipped. It'll stay Bellevue basketball. Rust got a hand on it to knock it out of bounds. Back in comes starter Aaron Walker. Under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Not the way the Bruins hoped this one would have gotten underway. Here's Laura Jurek, Shelby Little, Taylor DeMint, Delaney Van Blaricon. Delaney shoots for 3. It won't go down. It's swooped across the rim, but would not go through the hoop. Quickly ahead come the Comets. Drive into the lane. Nice play by Delaney Van Blaricon to block the shot by Hughes. And the Bruins trying to run a 5-on-4 advantage. Now it's even up. Pass inside to Keziah Terrell. Keziah with the catch and the bank shot. The first bucket of the Bruins comes at the 4:28 mark of the first quarter. 16-3. Here's Jordan's Rust against Shelby Little. Bruins double team inside. Again, a 3-point shot. Count it. And the foul for a chance for an unusual 4-point play for Aaron Walker. Foul goes against Shelby Little, her second. Back into the game, or first time in the game, comes Taylor Dean for the Comets as Aaron Walker heads to the free throw line. Walker shooting 83% from the line, averaging 12 points per game. She's at 11 as that free throw misses. Bruins having some difficulty against this zone look. Most of the teams in the conference will play a man-to-man defense, so with this zone look, Bruins trying to find some seams, trying to find some gaps, trying to penetrate if they can. Amina Hall checks into the game for the Bruins. First time tonight for Amina. Jess Mertens back into the game from Mayville State. Laura Jurek makes herself available on the side play. Delaney Van Blaricon, Taylor DeMint. Hall tries to set the high screen. Reversal to Laura Jurek. Jurek's going to drive inside. Her shot up and in. Laura Jurek with the basket. The second of the quarter for the Bruins. In the initial meeting earlier this season in Mayville State, the Comets outscored the Bruins in each of the 4 quarters. Bellevue off to a rocky start here tonight. Still a lot of time left to go in this one. The dribble by Mertens. Now the give for Deckard. Knocked away, loose ball on the floor. Comets come away with it. There's going to be a foul called in the battle for possession of the basketball. It'll be against the Bruins. Delaney Van Blaricon will pick up her first personal foul. Bellevue at 4 team fouls. Again, you shoot free throws, 2 free throws on the 5th team foul or more in any quarter. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Comets. Decker bounce pass inside to Rust. Couldn't quite handle it. Pass just a little bit too hot inside. Back into the game comes Aisha Scott for the Bruins. Aisha, the leading scorer for Bellevue on the season, averaging 11.5 points per game. The native of Washington, D.C. Bruins trailing by 14. Would love to make a dent into that. Maybe get it to single digits if they can before the end of this first quarter. That's going to require effort on both ends of the floor. Delaney Van Blaricon off the side of the rim on that shot. The rebound brought down by Jess Mertens. And the Comets on the run. Here's Mertens with the basketball all the way down the floor. Now she's picked up inside by Laura Jurek. Quick reversal without a dribble. Good movement by the Comets. Bruins defense adjusts to the task. Scott guarding against Walker. Here's the head fake. Now the drive inside by Jordan Rust. Shot clock down to 5. Rust off the glass with the left hand, able to knock it down. Rust, a 6-foot senior from Buffalo, Minnesota. Quite the candidate for Conference Player of the Year with her efforts. Keziah Terrell inside, a little bit too strong on that one. Laura Jurek wins the battle for the rebound against Rust. Kick it back out. Amina Hall thought about the 3, thought about it again, passes up. Keziah Terrell out to the top of the key. Bruins still with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Aisha Scott. Amina Hall now will take the 3, but it misses into the hands of Jordan's Rust. And again, the Comets try to come out with the rebound and hit the floor running. Head fake and now drive inside. The up and under, too strong, however, on the miss by Walker. And there's going to be a traveling violation against Delaney Van Blaricon. Was looking inside, but took one step too many. Miranda Headings back in for the Bruins. We've got Mackenzie Hughes and Emma Pesa back in for Mayville State. Dave Denley and his assistant coach, James Ice Benford, in their 7th season leading the Bellevue program. Dennis Hutter, the head coach from Mayville State, in his 17th year. Assisted by Claire Blazek, a former Comet player. Working inside, Rust splits a couple of defenders and knocks it down. And Bailey Norris as well, an assistant. Bruins forget to help out on the inbounds play. And there's going to be a foul called in the backcourt. That's going to go against C.J. Decker, trying to defend against Miranda Hennings. First personal foul, second team foul of the quarter, as Ashton Arnold checks back in, giving Laura Jurek a break. Bruins shooting only 20% in this quarter to 64% for the Comets. Bruins did not shoot well in the first meeting this season. That's continuing here. Hopefully the Bruins will find the way to up that percentage. Aisha Scott in the lane, a little bit short on that shot. The rebound cleared away by Pesa. Decker at the top of the key with the basketball. Looks inside, now the reverse to the left side. Enough of that. Mertens brings it back to the top of the key. Again, good ball movement without the dribble. into the corner. Here's Decker on the drive, gets into the lane, and then she will travel as her pivot foot kind of slid out from underneath her. Under a minute to go, Taylor DeMent checks back in for the Bruins. Taylor, the sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Well, the Bruins won't get the deficit into single digits, but hopefully a basket or two before the end of the quarter. Only 5 points on the scoreboard, as you can see, for the home team. 2 field goals and 1 free throw. Bruins just have not been able to get inside. There's a nice work inside, but Amina Hall tries to get it to Ashton Arnold. The Bruins maybe trying to overpass a little bit here. They're trying to get good shots, good looks inside, but several of their 7 turnovers have been passes in tight quarters. Under half a minute to go in the first quarter of tonight's action. Again, Mayville State able to use 3 players in the backcourt to beat the Bruin pressure. About a 2-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. C.J. Decker out front. She'll now shoot the 3 ball. That one's off the mark. Battle for the rebound is tipped up in the air. Taylor DeMent able to get to it. Taylor leading the break. Down the floor, and a nice last hop. Meanwhile, on the other end of the floor, it looks like it's Emma Pesa down on the floor in some pain. Bellevue head athletic trainer Mike Livergood out to attend to her, but Pesa in some definite pain. Don't know what the injury is. She's holding her her right leg up in the air. And now head coach Dennis Hutter goes over there as well to see what the situation is with her. Pesa tried to tip that last rebound out to a teammate. Instead, it was picked up by Taylor DeMent. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Let's give our summary here for quarter number 1. The Mayville State Comets 23, the Bellevue Bruins 7. Mayville State wound up shooting 60%, 57% from behind the 3-point arc. Bellevue shot only 25% and did not hit anything. They only took 3 3-pointers, but didn't hit on any of them. Leading the way for the Comets, Jordan Zrust with 10 points, C.J. Decker with 9, 8 points for Mackenzie Hughes. They're among their top scorers on the season as well. For the Bellevue Bruins, Laura Jurek with 3 points, 2 points apiece for Taylor DeMent and Keziah Terrell, as now Emma Pesa is being assisted to her feet, but she is in some pain. And both Mike Livergood and head coach Dennis Hutter helping her to the sideline. And it's obviously a leg injury, the right leg. We'll see if we can get a further update on that, but it looks like the end of the night for Emma Pesa. Emma, the junior from Velva, North Dakota. And now a couple of her teammates helping her as well. That has all the makings of a pretty serious injury. Not sure the knee, the ankle, or what, but Mike Livergood will be attending to her across the way. Some pats from her teammates as she heads to the locker room. We're going to hold for just a little bit before the start of this quarter till she's gotten back down to the training room where she can be attended to. Again, both teams come out of the huddle as we get back to the action for the start of the second quarter. One text message in the queue so far. Good luck, Comets, from Comet Chipper Baker. Lisa, watching in Mayville. I wonder if you were going to send along a text this year. You've been a frequent texter when the Comets come down to play at Bellevue. Let's get back to the action here. Start of the second quarter. Bruins with the first possession, trying to get their offense in gear. Miranda Hennings with the head fake. Ashton Arnold, an open 3-point look. Ashton puts it up. No good. Tipped around inside. Battle for the rebound is won by Jess Mertens, and now Aisha Scott wrestles the ball away from her, and a jump ball is called, but the possession arrow points to Mayville State. Dakota State, the other team tied for the top spot in the league, is in action tonight at home against Presentation College. Mayville State, Dakota State, and Bellevue University in that three-way tie atop the conference standings. In the coaches' preseason poll, Dakota State predicted the number 1 team, Mayville State the number 2 team, and Bellevue the number 3 team in the 8-team North Star. So the coaches are pretty good prognosticators thus far in the season. 5 games to go, including this one for each of the schools. Mayville again beats the pressure. Across the timeline comes Hughes. Now into the hands of Mertens. Again, quick release passes. Hughes into the lane, splits defenders. It's off the mark, however. As she goes down, here come the Bruins. Flying up the floor is Taylor DeMent. Pull-up jump shot from near the free throw line. Off the back of the rim, no good. Jordan's Rust with the rebound. Rust handling the basketball on her own. A couple of spins across the timeline. And the Comets set up. Laura Jurek at the top of the key, heading off C.J. Decker's intent to drive. Rust guarded by Scott into the lane. Again, back out into the ball movement across the top of the key. Another three-point look. That one short on the attempt by Mackenzie Hughes. Taylor DeMent coming away with the basketball across the timeline. Laura Jurek inside to Aisha Scott. One-on-one situation inside. Aisha, fadeaway jump shot. A little bit short, tipped by Ashton Arnold. Bruins back out to Miranda Hennings, who has a shot again go around the rim, but it will not go down. So a frustrating time for the Bruins. Second time tonight we've seen that ball circle the entire rim and then fall away. In the backcourt, a foul against Ashton Arnold, her first team foul of this second period. We're a minute and a half into it in this stanza. As again, the Comets with the basketball. Arnold on defense, has it knocked away, knocks it away from Rust temporarily, but from the outside, again, another three-pointer. Jess Martins, the junior from Devils Lake, North Dakota, knocks that one down. And the Comets continue to expand their lead, now leading by 19 points. It was 79-56 the first time these two teams met back in January in Mayville, North Dakota. Bruins trying to find some success, trying to find some confidence against this 2-3 zone look. Shot clock down to 3. Miranda Hennings on the drive, the pull-up jump shot. No good. Rebound pulled off by Mertens, and she's headed down the floor. Ashton Arnold tips it from behind, but instead it goes to C.J. Decker. Another three-point look, knocked down by Erin Walker. For Walker, that's her 5th three-pointer of the night. Excuse me, 4th three-pointer, 4 out of 5. She did miss one. 14 points for Erin Walker. Inside look, a block inside, but they say a jump ball call. Aisha Scott on the shot, Jess Mertens on the defense. Possession arrow points to the Bellevue Bruins. Kayla Rockel checks into the game, the Underwood, Minnesota native. Miranda, the shot and the make. That one does go down. Miranda with her first bucket of the night. The Bruins in double digits finally at the 7:03 mark of the second quarter. Trailing by 19 points. Rockel with the basketball. Here's Rust using her offhand, now switches to her natural left. Ball movement again, frees up an open look from the top of the key, and once again, Erin Walker knocks that one down. Walker, we said, averaging 12 points per game, but she is just on fire tonight. The drive in the lane is going to result in some more Bellevue free throws, I believe, or are they going to stay on the floor? It'll be a shooting foul. Foul against Mackenzie Hughes, first personal, first team. And now they're going to say inbounds play, so no shooting here. Taylor DeMent shouts instructions to her team as Aisha Scott on the other end of the floor talking to head coach Dave Denley. Now joins the fray. Into the lane, the shot up, and it rolls and goes down. Aisha Scott with her first basket of the night. 32-12 our score. Rockel across the timeline. Head fake and drive, this time a two-point attempt. by Walker. It comes up short. Taylor DeMint comes down sprinting with the basketball. Taylor, the drive cut off there by Rockel. Bruins kick back out, set it up on offense. Miranda Hennings with the drive. Arnold, Bruins with some good ball movement this possession. Now into the lane. Arnold, a three-point attempt, and Ashton knocks that one down. First basket of the night for Ashton Arnold. 32-15 our score. The Bruins, first time tonight with back-to-back baskets. Offense starting to loosen up a little bit here. Bellevue only shooting 28% on the match so far. That's what they shot in the game against Mayville State earlier this season as well. Shot clock down to 7 for the Comets. Taylor DeMint guarding closely outside. Miranda Hennings got a piece of the ball, but in the official's eyes also got a piece of the hand of Aaron Walker, so she'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Aaron Walker with 17 points tonight, 5 of 6 from behind the arc. Into the game for the Bruins. First time tonight for Olivia Bigger, the freshman out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Bruins trying to find some combinations here. Dave Denley still pleading Miranda's case across the way as she picked up her second personal foul. Former Bellevue player Alexis Martinez in the house tonight. Saw Alexis come in trying to give some support for her former teammates, but thus far it's been all Mayville State. Good to see Alexis. First free throw up and in. Walker continues to add points to her total. And it was fouled from behind the arc, so she'll get 3 free throws here. Final one upcoming. Will she meet the trifecta? Yes, she does. That'll help increase her free throw shooting percentage. It increases the Comets' lead to 20 points as we near the halfway part of this second quarter. Bruins moving the basketball outside the perimeter. Haven't been able to do much inside the perimeter tonight. Here's Olivia Bigger for 3. Off the mark on her first attempt. A nice play by Arnold inside. Ashton tips it out. Taylor DeMint, a little floater. That's no good. And the Comets clear out the rebound. A 15-11 rebound advantage for the Comets in the game. Mertens on the drive inside. Delaney Van Blericant tries to defend. The shot off the rim and down. Jess Mertens with the basket. 5 points for her thus far. 37-15. Here's Delaney Van Blericant. Knocks that one down from range. Van Blericant with her first tray of the night. Her first basket as well. Comets get through the light backcourt pressure. Rust with the basketball, leading scorer and leading rebounder in the North Star Athletic Association. And there's going to be an offensive foul called. Sydney Brecken picks up her first personal foul. Both teams with 2 team fouls. Shelby Little checks back into the game for the Bruins. It's Little, Scott, Bigger, Van Blericant, and Arnold, the 5 Bruins on the floor. Bruins, again, trying to find some seams, trying to find some ways to attack this zone look. Aisha Scott in the lane from near the free throw line. Her shot off the back of the rim, no good. Tracked down by Sydney Brecken. Here's Jordan's Rust, a quick change of direction from the top, no good on the shot. Little with the rebound for the Bruins. Here's Aisha Scott hustling the ball up the floor. Van Blericant shoots off the front of the rim, no good, and Rust pulls down the rebound. Rust with 6 rebounds to go along with 7 points so far. Another 3-point attempt by the Comets. They are just on fire. Incredible 3-point shooting performance by the Comets. Mackenzie Hughes gets that one. The Comets are 8 of 12 from behind the arc, 67%. Not just 1 or 2, but they've knocked down 8 already in tonight's contest. Timeout on the floor with 3:16 remaining in the first half. Our score, the Mayville State Comets 40, the Bellevue Bruins 18 in this battle between teams trying to stay on top of the conference. Come on, lady, let's go. Happy birthday, Keziah Terrell from your grandparents listening in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Keziah was our player of the game last weekend, came up and visited with us on the post-game show. Happy birthday, young lady. Good luck to the Hobbits tonight from your best friends. Thanks for the shout-out and the awesome coverage. Well, thank you very much. That's from the Chipper Baker up in Mayville. I'm still waiting for my cookies, by the way. From Tulsa, have fun, Taylor. Your mother loves you. Let's go, Bellevue Bruins. All right, back to the action. Thanks, everybody, for sending along your greetings tonight on the text message. And again, I apologize. My phone is on fumes. I just was an idiot. I forgot to charge it this morning. Here's Olivia Bigger from distance. It's short and out of bounds. Possession to the Mayville State Comets. A 22-point lead for the Comets. They led 23-7 after the first quarter as Bellevue's offense took a long time to get untracked. Mayville State just kept the pressure on and kept going. Here's Jordan's Rust in the lane to kick out pass. Rust with a traveling violation. One step too many before she let the pass go. And as you look down across the Bellevue bench and at the scorer's table, I want to remind you it's a pink out night here in the Bruins recognition and support in the fight against breast cancer. Many of us wearing pink t-shirts tonight. Back to the action on the floor. Bounce pass from Bigger inside to Scott. Scott steps back, now changes direction in the lane. Kick out pass to nowhere, to the bench. Head coach Dennis Hutter, the recipient of that pass. I don't think he can score from there, but another turnover against the Bruins. That's 8 on the game. Bruins have handled the ball better here in the second quarter, but still trail by a ton. Mayville again in their guard action at the top of the perimeter. Now into the hands of Decker. Bounce pass inside to a cutter. The shot no good off the miss by Hughes. The Bruins come away with the rebound as Keziah Terrell goes to the floor to grab that one. Inside to Terrell. Natural left-handed shooter. Kick back to Scott. Kick out pass. That one's intercepted, but no, on the sideline. C.J. Decker almost had the interception. Gets congratulatory hugs from her teammates. Back in comes Taylor DeMint and Miranda Hennings. And Taylor Dean checks in for the Comets. Just been a frustrating night so far for the Bruins, as his pressure has given them fits. Keziah Terrell, the pull-up jump shot from about 10 feet away. Nice move by Keziah. She picks up her second basket of the night. And Mayville does just a great job of passing the ball. That one's tipped away by DeMint, but looks like Taylor may have grabbed a little bit of the arm. Third team foul against Bellevue. First personal against Taylor. So no free throws yet. Side out play for the Comets. Most of the Comet lineup from North Dakota and Minnesota as they get back to work. Here's Mertens into the hands of Walker. Now to the corner. Dean drives across. The quick movement, the constant movement for the Comets just drives a team's defenders, just tires them out. And the three-point onslaught continues. This time it's Taylor Dean from Stanley, North Dakota from this left corner. And the lead expands to 23, the largest of the night. Here's Hennings, bounce pass to DeMint. Trying to look inside, but again, here's Keziah Terrell in the lane. Keziah up and under, a little bit short on that one. No good. Walker with the board. Under a minute to go. Mertens in the drive down the right side of the lane. Now she'll kick it to the corner. Back to the top of the key. Again, the reversal. Mertens, a three-point look. That one is going to be no good as it bounces over the top of the backboard after hitting the rim. 69% from three-point range for the Comets. As Laura Jurek checks back in, 25 seconds left on the clock, so the shot clock will be turned off. Bruins will most likely hold for the final shot of the half. Comets averaging 78 points per game. They're over that average at our halftime break. Bruins way below their season average of 71 points per game. Trying to free up a three-point look. Miranda Hennings, quick release. It won't go down, however. And the rebound brought down by Walker. Still 4 seconds left, so Comets will get a shot. Three-point attempt on its way, but that's no good. Off the miss from Mackenzie Hughes, and we are at halftime with our score. The Mayville State Comets 43, the Bellevue Bruins 20. The Comets doubling up, plus a couple, over the Bruins in this first half of action. All right, let's give you some halftime statistics here. They're pretty ugly for the home team. For Mayville State, they're happy about their efforts. Mayville State shot 54% in the first half, including 60% from behind the arc, 80% from the free throw line. Leading scorers, Erin Walker with 20 points. She's actually the only double-digit scorer, but a whole lot of teammates helping out besides that. Mackenzie Hughes has 8. Jordan Rust has 7. 5 points for Mertens and 3 points for Dean. For the Bellevue Bruins, 27% from the floor, 25% from behind the three-point arc. Bellevue 50%, 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Individual scores for the home team. Nobody obviously in double digit if you only have 20 on the board. Keziah Terrell with 4 points, 3 points apiece for Ashton Arnold, Laura Jurek, Miranda Hennings, and Delaney Van Blaricon. 2 points apiece for Aisha Scott and Taylor DeMint. Brutus the Bruin wandering past our broadcast venue here. His glowing yellow eyes looking up at you. He's hoping the Bruins have a better second half than what transpired here in half number 1. Again, we want to remind you, after our halftime break, second half of the women's game and also the men's game today has first place implications in the North Star Athletic Association. Mayville State at 7-2 is in the number 1 spot in the North Star. And then Bellevue, Viterbo, and Dickinson State are all tied for second place at 6-3. So on the men's side, there's really a 4-team race for the conference lead at this point in the season. And all 4 of those teams in action tonight, so we invite you to stick around. Women's action for the second half and men's game coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of the ladies' matchup. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of a halftime break. Again, if you'd like to send along a text message, I invite you to do so while my phone still has some juice. The number is 402-515-7654. Back in a little bit. Keep it right here on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network.
it's good having you up here.
Yeah, it's a little colder up here than it is down there in Oklahoma.
It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, though, mid-40s, so...
It's supposed to be in the 60s there.
Oh, okay, well,
It's supposed to be windy, but
I know Bellevue baseball's heading down there in Oklahoma City next weekend.
yeah, it's supposed to be pretty nice.
Start their season. So they usually go
So who do they play down there?
Oklahoma City State or Oklahoma, whatever.
Oklahoma City University?
University,
OCU,
yes.
okay.
And then I think Concordia from Nebraska is also going down there. They're going
Okay.
to play like a weekend series.
That OCU's that's a nice college. It's very, very,
Is it? Okay.
yeah. They recruited Nathan right out of high school.
Welcome back to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. About 4 minutes till the second half begins in the women's contest. It was a dominating performance by the Mayville State Comets in half number one, a 43-20 lead over the home team, Bellevue University Bruins. We'll get back to the action in just a few minutes. Both teams still in the locker room. We've got a couple of text messages in the queue. Let's get to those and see where we stand here. Let's go Miranda and the Bruins in the stands this weekend from Chicago. That's Vinnie Belcaster's mom sending along her love along with basketball and heart emojis. And happy birthday to Vinnie. He turned 23 yesterday. So I don't know if there's any birthday cake involved after the game today or not. Let's go Bruins. Keep on fighting. Carpe from Faith Ross, number 22. Faith, we miss you here today. Faith not able to play today because she is sick, but watching her teammates staying with them in spirit, if not here in presence. Go Sid and go Comets from the Sydney Brecken's older sister watching in Kendall. Excuse me, let me say this again. From Sydney Brecken's older sister, Kendall, watching in Fargo, North Dakota. Glad you're with us tonight on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Let's go ladies, let's go ladies. That's 2 times from Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's the family of Bellevue guard Taylor Dement listening in. Again, I apologize because my phone didn't get charged today. That's all on me. But thank you, everybody, for sending in your greetings in half number one. And hopefully the Bruins will find a little magic here in half number two. An uphill task, assuredly. Let's take a quick look at the remaining games on the Bellevue University women's basketball schedule. Tomorrow will be senior day here at Bellevue, our final regular season home game, as the Presentation College Saints come to call for a 3 o'clock tip-off. Be sure to join us for that. And then the final 3 games of the regular season, all on the road. February 10th at Valley City State in Valley City, North Dakota. On Saturday, February 11th at Dickinson State in Dickinson, North Dakota. And then finally on Friday, February 16th versus Dakota State in Madison, South Dakota. Dakota State, the other team, along with Bellevue and Mayville State, who are on top of the North Star Athletic Association currently. Quick look at the standings in conference play. Mayville State, Dakota State, and Bellevue University all at 8-1 in conference play. They're the number 1 teams. Then in 4th place, Valley City at 5-4. 5th place belongs to Dickinson State at 3-6. 6th place to Viterbo and Waldorf, tied at 2-7 records. And then Presentation rounding out the conference. They are 0-9 on the year. Both teams back out on the floor, getting ready for the final 20 minutes, those 2 10-minute quarters. Looking down on the floor, I do not see Emma Pesa for the Comets. She was injured in the first half with was an apparent leg injury, was taken to the locker room for diagnosis and treatment. I'm assuming she is still there. As we get ready for the second half of action, possession arrow points to the Mayville Comets, and they will have the opening possession of this third quarter. Again, Bellevue only 27% from the floor in half number 1, as opposed to 54% for Mayville State. That's exactly twice as good a shooting percentage and a little bit more than twice as good on the scoreboard. Into the hands of C.J. Decker to start this second half of play. Decker with no points, but she's been the point guard, has dished out 3 assists during her time on the floor. Helps to make things happen for the Comets. Here's Jordan's Rusk with the basketball, working against Ashton Arnold, and there's going to be a traveling violation. 1 step too many on her path to the basket. So Bruins defense up to the task on the opening possession of the second half. Now going to work on offense. Here's Taylor DeBent across the timeline. Again, hi to her family listening in down in the Sooner State. Ashton Arnold back to DeMint. Bounce pass to Aisha Scott from the free throw line. The shot off the mark. Zrust able to maneuver for position and get the defensive rebound. Into the hands of Mackenzie Hughes. Again, Comets get the ball ahead. Bruins continue in their man-to-man defense. Crossover dribble, contact made in the lane. Foul's going to go against Laura Jurek on the drive by C.J. Decker. First team foul of this third period, first personal foul against Laura. Inbounds play for the Comets. Stolen away, good anticipation by Taylor DeMint. Her shot with the left hand is good. The steal and layup by Taylor. The Bruins with the first points in the second half. A good start for the Bruins. Back on defense, fall the Bruins. Drive into the lane, through the lanes, bounce pass into traffic, stolen away by Miranda Henning. So back-to-back steals by the Bruin defense. The Bruins push the ball up the floor. Here's DeBent, nothing there. Good defense by Decker. Bruins into the half-court set. Trying to look inside. Aisha Scott trying to get position inside. Nothing available. Miranda Henning shot off the side of the backboard. Aisha Scott has her shot blocked inside by Walker. Shot from distance is short by Walker. Walker with 20 points, leading both teams in the first half scoring totals. Ashton Arnold on the left side. Back to Miranda Hennings near the top of the key. Again, a 2-3 zone look that's been very effective all season long for the 16-4 Comets. For their overall record, they come in on a 5-game winning streak. Bellevue coming in on a 4-game winning streak. Arnold on a little floater in the lane. That's no good. Aaron Walker with the rebound. 5th rebound along with those 20 points for Walker. Nice move from the wing, but can't finish on the drive by Mackenzie Hughes. Here comes Ashton Arnold ahead to Laura Jurek. Laura kicks it back out. Now Taylor DeMint with the basketball in front of the Bruin bench. Here's Jurek from the wing. Laura Jurek with the basket. Now 5 points for Laura. 2 out of 3 shooting from the floor for the Bruins' 5th-year senior. 3 minutes have gone by in this third period. Bruins have cut the deficit deficit a little bit. Into the lane. Left-handed shot on the switch by Jess Mertens, no good. Arnold with the rebound and on the run. A 3-on-2 break for the Bruins. Bounce pass to Laura Jurek. However, it goes off her foot and out of bounds. Timeout called by Mayville State head coach Dennis Hutter with 6:48 remaining in the third period. It's the Comets 43, the Bruins 24, a 19-point lead for the visitors from Mayfield, North Dakota. Again, we want to remind you, after tonight's contest, stick around for our post-game show. We'll have head coach Dave Denley and one of the Bellevue players come up for an interview to talk about the amazing comeback that the Bruins put on here to win this game in the second half. We'll see. That storyline could yet unfold. And looking down on the floor now, we see that Emma Pesa has come out of the locker room. Her right leg heavily wrapped in tape, and now Mike Livergood, the Bellevue head athletic trainer, continuing his work across the way, so it's good to see that she's at least back out here on the floor, on the bench. Comets break the pressure, head down the floor behind Decker. Walker denied by Jurek, almost lost the basketball inside. Decker has her pass intercepted. 3 steals by the Bruins in this third period. Aisha bounce pass inside to Dement. Taylor can't get a shot off as the Comet defense hustling back to prevent a basket for the Bruins. Aisha in the lane, going one-on-one, the shot up and in. Aisha Scott with the bucket. Aisha now with 4 points. And it looks like we've got a contact lens on the floor. And Aaron Walker calmly picks it up and puts it back in her eyeball. So that's a contact wearer myself. That can't feel good, a gritty contact going back in. Good job by the official to see the contact on the floor. Taylor Dean checks back into the game for the Comets. And it looks like we're ready to get back to the action after that contact lens timeout. Mayville breaks the press across the timeline. 3-point shot, that misses everything. Short by Jess Mertens.
Off the bench and in for the Comets, number 25.
Back in for the Comets comes Greta Hilukas. Sorry about that. Bellevue scored 6 points in this quarter to 0 for Mayville State. So the Bruins slowly cutting into the deficit, excuse me. Laura Jurek inside, good ball movement on the left side of the floor. Hennings tries to drive, that one's kicked to stay Bellevue basketball.
With the Bruins.
Rust with the field goal attempt. The football field goal attempt, not the basketball one on that kick ball. Oh, Taylor Dement will trigger it in, 20 seconds on the shot clock, over the top to Hennings. Taylor comes back to get possession, driving right side, nothing there, over the top pass. Now Jurek, now Dement pulls up near the free throw line. Taylor Dement with a jump shot. Nice jump stop for the jump shot by Taylor Dement. Bruins have scored 8 unanswered points to start this third quarter. 43-28. Mayville State into the hands of Jordan Rust. Kick out pass to the corner to Taylor Dean. That one does not go down from distance. The Bruins clear it, but that was Hilukas on the miss on that one. Inside to Scott. Scott working one-on-one. A head fake. The shot in traffic, no good, but a foul is drawn against Aaron Walker. Aisha will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Delaney Van Blaricon back into the game.
For the Bruins. Go to line. Aisha Scott.
Aisha talking to one of the officials as now she steps to the free throw line to get ready for her 2 free throw attempts. Aisha, 70% free throw shooter on the season, and a little bit better than 70% after making the first of those 2. Two for 2 from the line, so the Bruins continuing to etch a little closer. A 10-0 start for the Bruins in quarter number 3. And there's going to be a turnover at the half-court line. Taylor DeMent with the steal, the drive, and the basket. Oh, the Bruins. A great start to this period. Taylor DeMent now with 8 points. And another timeout called by Mayville State as they have a 12-0 deficit in this third period of play. The Comets still with the lead, but it's been cut down to 11 points. 43-32 our score. Hey, maybe that text message from Faith Ross at halftime helped turn the tide for the Bruins. Faith unable to play today because of being sick. She may be back tomorrow against Presentation. It'll be senior day tomorrow as the Bruins host the Mayville State Comets. Bellevue has a trio of fifth-year seniors on the squad. Laura Jurek, Faith Ross, and Miranda Hennings. And they also have Delaney Van Blaricon and Aisha Scott as seniors. They'll all be recognized in our ceremonies tomorrow in the game against Presentation College. All right, the Bruins much happier about the way things have unfolded here in the first 5 minutes plus of this third period, as more and more fans continue to come on into the Lozier Center. Bruins again with full court pressure as Aaron Walker readies to bring the ball in for the Comets. Across the timeline with the basketball is Kayla Rockel. Still with the basketball, now leaves it behind. Shot from three-point land is off the mark, but Jordan's Rust able to split Bruin defenders to get the rebound after that miss from Mackenzie Hughes. Delaney Van Blaricon will pick up her second personal foul, second team foul.
And back in for the Comets, number 2 Decker, number 10 Merton.
C.J. Decker and Jess Mertens back on the floor for the Comets. Royal blue and white, their school colors. Wearing the dark uniforms tonight. Crossover dribble at the lane by Walker. Tarako crossover dribble. Now quicker movement into the lane by Jordan's Rust. Laura Jurek does a nice job of bodying her up. Jess Mertens from the outside, no good. Battle for the rebound. And that's going to be a foul against Laura Jurek as she was working hard inside against Jordan's Rust. Second personal against Laura, third team foul. Home fans did not like the call. Ashton Arnold checks in for the Bruins, replacing Laura Jurek. Laura at 5'10", Jordan's Rust at 6 foot. Those two working hard on the last couple of plays on this end of the floor. Rust, the head fake and drive, working against Ashton Arnold. The up and under, that's contact again. And Jordan's Rust will head to the free throw line as Ashton Arnold picks up the foul. Yep, they're going to say Delaney Van Blaricon will pick up the foul. Free throws upcoming for Jordan's Rust. The senior from Buffalo, Minnesota makes the first free throws. Rust now with 8 points. Leading the conference with an 18.4 points per game average. Below that thus far tonight. Bruin fans making some noise, but both free throws made by Rust. Aaron Walker checking back in.
For the Comets.
Walker with 20 points leads her squad tonight. Bruins back to work on offense as the Comets finally put some points on the board in this third period. Inbounds pass to Aisha. Her shot no good. She gets her own rebound. A fresh 20 seconds. Keziah Terrell in the lane. That one's no good. Ashton Arnold keeps it alive. Aisha with the third Bruin shot. That one rolls a couple of times and then goes down, and also the foul called. Bruin fans starting to get excited as Bellevue has made a great comeback here in this third period. Aisha with a free throw more coming up right here. Third personal foul against Aaron Walker. So Aisha.
Back into the game for the Bruins, number 4, DeMent.
8 points tonight for Aisha as Taylor DeMent checks back in for the Bruins. Aisha with a big deep breath before the free throw on its way, and good. Add one more to Aisha's total, that makes it 9. And the Bruins have cut the deficit to 10. Bellevue trailed by 23 at halftime. It was an ugly first half. That's the only word it is. There's other words, but that's the only clean one we can use. Bellevue's done a great job of hanging in this game in this third period. Mertens with the dribble. Scott's going to pick up the slapping foul. That's the 5th team foul against Bellevue in this period. That's the only thing the Bruins have not done well in this third quarter. First personal against Aisha, so free throws for the remaining 3 minutes and 19 seconds for the Comets. Jess Mertens at the free throw line. 76% free throw shooter on the season. As a team, the Comets shoot 74% overall. Both free throws converted, so that's been the way that Mayville has scored in this third period is by free throws, all 4 of them from the charity stripe. They have not had a field goal in this entire quarter, and we're 7 minutes into it. Keziah Terrell, the pull-up shot, no good. Battle for the rebound. Aisha Scott hits the floor. She was knocked there by somebody.
Her first, team third.
Greta Haluka, excuse me. I'll get that name right yet. Sorry, Greta. So a 12-point lead. Aisha in the lane. Gets a nice roll off the rim that time for the bucket, and the Bruins are back to within 10 as Aisha Scott, the first Bruin in double digits tonight. Bruins, a much tighter defense here. That's Taylor DeMent trying to get in front of the drive by Jordan's Rust. Taylor, however, will pick up the personal foul. Second personal against DeMent. And because the Bruins are over the foul limit, it'll be 2 free throws here from Jordan's Rust. Rust is 3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. 3 for 4 from the floor. Has not taken a ton of shots tonight. The Bruins have made it hard on her to get her points. Now with that free throw, she is in double digits. And again, a 6 for 6 free throw shooting performance in this third period. Those are the only points Mayville State has collected in this stanza. Bruins back to work on offense against the 2-3 Mayville zone. DeMent trying to look for somebody inside, thought about the bounce pass, instead goes to Delaney Van Blericon. Van Blericon off the mark, battle for the rebound. Aisha Scott gets it, takes a hit up to the side of her face. That foul's going to go against C.J. Decker. It's unintentional, but they hurt just as much. Laura Jurek ready to check back in. As Dennis Hutter confers with one of our 3 officials tonight about that last foul. A little late on the whistle. May have been what he is discussing with the official, but it was clear that Aisha got whacked upside of the head. Keziah Terrell in the lane has her shot blocked, but draws the foul. Jordan's Rust with the contact and the foul. First personal against Rust, 5 team fouls against Mayville State. 2 shots upcoming for Keziah Terrell. Keziah with 4 points tonight, has 2 free throws here. Keziah, a 78% free throw shooter on the season. That one hits hard off the back of the rim. Second one upcoming. Keziah with that right leg in a sleeve. That one is good from the line. 49-38 our score. A little over 2 minutes remaining in the third period. Taylor DeMent with a steal and basket. Taylor DeMent simply picked the pocket of Jess Mertens there right under the basket and knocked it home. Taylor in double digits for the Bruins on offense and picking up several steals. Jordan's Rust, however, good eyes up the floor by C.J. Decker on the assist, and Jordan's Rust slipped the Bruins' attention. 11-point lead. Here's the drive by Dement in traffic, has it blocked by Rust. Ball loose on the floor. Out of the pile comes Mackenzie Hughes. Somehow keeps the pivot foot on the ground. Rust, splitting defenders, draws the foul.
Foul goes against the Bruins, number 21, Jurek, her third.
Laura Jurek will pick up her third personal foul.
33.
So 2 more free throws for Rust, Miranda Hennings, and Shelby Little back into the game for the Bruins.
Shooting 2, Rust.
Rust a perfect 5 for 5 from the line. And down. Bellevue fans trying to make some noise with those inflatable knackers. I don't know the official word for them, but. And a perfect 7 for 7 is Jordan's Rust from the free throw line tonight. Aisha Scott back in for the home team with 1:22 to go. Bruins trail by 13.
Sydney Breckett.
Well, I believe all 10 points in this quarter by Mayville have come from the free throw line. They had shot 54% at halftime. Their shooting percentage down to 44 here for the game. Shelby Little working inside. Shelby a little bit too strong on that shot. And the rebound pulled down by Rust. Miranda Hennings will pick up the foul, trying to get the steal from Rust.
Foul goes against the Bruins, number 33, Miranda Hennings.
Hennings picks up her third personal foul.
Brought down to the other end of the...
So Jurek and Hennings with 3 personals for the Bruins. Aaron Walker has 3 for Mayville State. 1 minute to be exact remaining in this third period. Again, the free throw line opportunity for Jordan's Rust, and she continues to stroke them down. 8 for 8. And make it 9 for 9. It's the Jordan's Rust show from the free throw lines. Quickly ahead comes Dement, trying to get down the floor before the Comets can set up their defense. Taylor will head to the free throw line. So the last minute or two, it's been a free throw shooting contest between the two teams. Foul called against C.J. Decker, her third personal foul. So now 2 players with 3 personal fouls on each squad. Decker departs. Taylor Dean enters the game once again. Taylor became eligible for the Bruins back in December at the trimester and has averaged 8.5 points per game. That free throw off the mark. A good free throw shooter at 76% on the season. Bellevue has played 22 games. Taylor has been a part of the last 13 of them. That one's off the mark once again. Loose ball on the floor. Miranda Hennings will corral it. Delaney Van Blericon, 3-point attempt. That's no good. Battle for the rebound. Aisha Scott apexed and grabbed the ball and then called timeout on her way to the floor.
Timeout Bruins.
And the timeout granted to the Bruins. They'll have possession. I think Aisha landed on the volleyball. May have knocked a little bit of the wind out of her. But the timeout granted to the Bruins with 44 seconds remaining in the third period. The Bellevue Bruins have cut into the deficit, but they still trail 55-40 against the Mayville State Comets. Bellevue was shooting 27% through the first half. They've got that up to 33%. Mayville State was shooting 54%. They've dropped down to 44%, but they still have held on the lead. Bellevue has outscored Mayville 20-12 in this period. Still a ways to go. Mayville State possession here after the foul call. Excuse me, Bellevue possession here. After the timeout call by Aisha Scott. Shelby Little maneuvers for a position inside. Her shot no good, too high off the glass. and a foul called in the battle for the rebound.
And call.
And it'll go against the Comets.
Number 23, Rust, her second. And
Jordan's Rust picks up her second personal foul, so Shelby Little will have 2 free throws. Shelby, the 6-foot sophomore from Holiday Island, Arkansas, off the mark with her first free throw. Bruins only 50% from the free throw line tonight, 5 out of 10, and make that even a little bit less than 50% as that one's off the mark. About a 9-second difference between game and shot clock, so probably about 1 possession left for each squad before our start of the final quarter. And there's going to be a traveling violation against Jess Burton. She moved both of her feet before the dribble. Amina Hall checks back in for Bellevue, and Bellevue will probably have the final shot of this third quarter. Bellevue got the deficit down to as low as 9 at one point. It's crept back up to 15. The Bruins would like to make it 2 or 3 points less than that as Taylor Dean just dribbles around for a few more seconds before the Bruins will get into their offense. 7 seconds remaining in the period. Dean looking for a pass inside instead, picks it and takes it off the board for the bucket. And that's the end of the third quarter with our score, the Mayville State Comets 55, the Bellevue Bruins 42. So the deficit cut down from 23 at halftime to 13 here. 10 more minutes remaining in the contest. It's turned out to be an exciting one here in this third quarter after Mayville State dominated the first half of action. All right, our game stats. Bellevue shooting 33% on the night. Mayville State shooting 44%. For the Comets, Walker with 20 points, all of them in the first half of action. Rust with 17, 9 for 9 in the free throw line, most of them coming in the third period. They're the 2 double-digit scorers. Hughes with 8, Mertens with 7, Dean with 3. For the Bellevue Bruins, Taylor DeMent with 12 points leads the way. Right behind her, Aisha Scott has 11. 5 points for Keziah Terrell, 5 points for Laura Jurek. 3 points apiece for Ashton Arnold, Miranda Hennings, and Delaney Van Blaricon. That's the Bellevue scoring summary, as well as the Mayville State scoring summary. All right, let's quick look back here to the phone. Got a couple more in the queue. Andy Gaynor is proud of the Comets. Andy Gaynor loves her team. She has to say it twice. Very good. Thank you, Andy, for joining us on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. It'll be the Bruins with the first possession of the fourth period, trying to overcome the big deficit. They've found a way to make some offense happen in that third period. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Laura Jurek, the recipient of that bounce pass. Laura denied a good look inside by the defensive play of Aaron Walker. Mayville State back onto their offensive flow. Walker driving down the lane. A little runner in the lane as she reversed directions. First second half basket for Erin Walker as she's now up to 22 points. Bruins inside to Aisha Scott. Aisha doing a lot of work on that post position tonight. Aisha up and in with the bucket. 13 points for the senior from Washington, D.C. Second year of the program for Aisha. She was the newcomer of the year last year in the North Star Athletic Association. Drive the lane by Mertens, nothing available for a shot. Here's Hughes trying to back DeMent down. Whistle blows, a foul will be called against Taylor. That will send Aaron Walker to, Mackenzie Hughes to the free throw line.
Her third, team first.
The sophomore from Thompson, North Dakota will get a couple of free throws. Mayville State has been great from the free throw line. 14 out of 15 on the game, 93%. Led by Jordan's Rust, who was 9 for 9. Hughes, good on free throw number 1. The lead back up to 14 points. And again, the torrid free throw shooting continues.
The counts, courtesy of you.
Mayville State has led all the way in this one. Miranda Hennings off the front of the rims, Rust with the rebound. Bruins hoping for a frantic finish in the remaining 8 minutes plus. Mertens drives right side shot, too short, no good. Hennings with the rebound, and then she'll be fouled in the backcourt by Jess Mertens. First personal foul against Mertens, first team foul, so now one team foul for each squad. Bruins hoping to stay out of foul trouble in this final period, as well as the Comets have been shooting from the free throw line. Dave Denley shouts out directions from across the way, the Bruins bench. He's got his pink shirt on tonight as well in honor of breast cancer awareness. Taylor DeMent, no good. The rebound into the hands of C.J. Decker. Oh, the Bruins trying to score some points. That drive on the left side, no good. Off the miss by Mertens. Taylor DeMent with a nifty dribble move. 3-on-2 break for the Bruins. Aisha Scott off the assist from Taylor DeMent. And a foul called after the shot. That will send Aisha to the free throw line for one more shot. Aisha basically tripped over one of the Comet players who was on the ground, so that's a defensive foul. It'll go against Erin Walker. That'll be her fourth personal. So a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Nice feed by Taylor DeMent. And Aisha Scott with the basket. Across the way, Dennis Hutter is very hot with the call.
Shooting the end one to the Bruins.
So one more free throw here for the Bruins for Aisha Scott. Aisha with 15 points. That leads the Bruins. And make it 16 as she gets the roll. This has become an intense rivalry in the North Star Athletic Association. Mayville State leads the series 9-7 overall. Ashton Arnold with a strong foul as Jordan's Rust breaking away. It was clean. And a good foul to deny Rust at least an easy layup. Now she'll have to earn it from the free throw line, where she's been perfect in 9 attempts. 7:48 remaining in this one. And Rust proves she is human. Only 90% now. 9 out of 10 instead of 9 for 9. Again, Bellevue fans on the lower bleachers making some noise, but Rust calmly strokes it down. Now 18 points for Rust. That is her season average. Started off kind of quietly in the first half, but she carried the load from the free throw line in the third quarter. Bruins perimeter passing, look inside. Laura Jurek drives right side. Laura, contact shot, up and in. Laura Jurek, a strong move.
It is Jurek.
Laura with a similar move in the victory against Dakota State in the first conference game of the season, working down the right side of that lane. Back to an 11-point lead. That pass thrown into the corner. The turnover gives the ball back to the Bruins. Bellevue, who had difficulties handling the ball with a ton of turnovers in the first quarter, only 9 turnovers in the half compared to 13 turnovers now for Mayville State after that last one. Zip pass inside. Jurek in trouble. Double team is fouled. On the play, that's going to go against Jordan's Rust, her third personal foul. Third team foul, 2 team fouls for the Bruins. Jess Mertens back into the game. And Laura Jurek to the free throw line for 2 shots.
At the line.
Laura, 77% from the line. Laura, 6.2, her points per game average. That free throw, no good, off the back of the rim. So Bruins continue to have their troubles. Percent out of now under 50%. If she makes this, it'll be back to 50%. There we go. I'm a prophet. 7 for 14 from the line for the Bruins, as opposed to 17 for 19 for Mayville State. Ahead to Hughes. Arnold denies her an easy look to the basket. Comets reset up on offense. Decker over to Mertens. Shot clock down to 12. Three-point look on its way. It's off the mark. Aisha Scott clears the rebound off the miss from Mackenzie Hughes. Aisha pushes into the middle of the defense. That loose ball is collected by Taylor DeMent. Bounce pass to Jurek. Laura, contact, spin, kick out pass. Miranda to Jurek. Laura for the shot. No good. Battle for the rebound. Miranda Hennings comes away with it. Miranda gets it to go. From about 10 feet, Miranda Hennings cuts the deficit to 8 points with 6:16 to go in the contest. Bruin fans full of excitement. The Comets have seen their 23-point lead at halftime whittle away to the current 8 points. Rust denied by Arnold. Back out to Rockel. Looking for help from Mertens. Crossover drive, nothing there. Now she'll spin opposite way. Short on the board, gets the rebound and puts it back. Jess Mertens with some stay-withedness gets her own miss for the rebound and the putback for the bucket. Foul's going to go against Miranda Hennings as she picks up her 4th personal foul. Delaney Van Blaricon will step in for the Bruins as Mertens with a chance for a free throw. Before that free throw, a timeout called by Dave Denley with 5:53 remaining. It's the Comets 62, the Bruins 52. Each team will have 2 timeouts remaining for the duration of this game. Aisha Scott with 16 points, Taylor DeMent with 12. They're the top 2 scorers for Bellevue. Jordan's Rust with 18. Aaron Walker with 22. Mackenzie Hughes also in double digits with 10. That's where we stand with 5:53 remaining. Again, we want to invite you to stick around for our post-game show. And after that, we'll have men's action. The Bruins of Bellevue against the Comets of Mayville State on the men's side. Again, two timeouts remaining for each of the 2 teams. As Jess Mertens with 1 more free throw here. Mertens, if she makes the free throw, will be the 4th Comet to be in double digits tonight, currently with 9. And it's good, and she is there. Double digits for Jess Mertens. The lead goes back to 11. Bellevue a chance to cut it to single digits once again. Bruins have gotten to within 8. Miranda Hennings, or Delaney Van Blaricon from the corner. A couple touches on the rim. No good. Jordan's Rust with the rebound. Mertens quickly ahead. Bruins deny her a path down the lane. Comets going back to work on offense. Here's Mackenzie Hughes, and she'll fall to the floor, and they say a foul is going to be called. And a second whistle. I don't know if a technical was called in addition. And as the players clear the area, a personal foul against Delaney Van Blaricon. And a technical as well on Delaney. That'll be her 5th personal foul, so she is done for the night. So there'll be no free throws on the initial foul as Mackenzie Hughes went to the floor, but there will be 2 free throws on the technical foul, and those will be shot by Jordan's Rust.
In the game, number 33, Miranda Hennings.
Don't know what was said on the play, but it resulted in a technical. Bruins have come kind of close a couple of times tonight, questioning officials. That time, they had enough. Rust with the free throw. It is good. Second one is no good. Goes Rust with 19 points now on the night. So she goes a little bit above her season average, the leading scorer, leading rebounder in the North Star Athletic Association. A double-double for Jordan's Rust with those 20 points and now 12 rebounds as well. And Mayville State will have possession of the basketball after that technical. So Bellevue now with 5 team fouls, so Mayville State will shoot free throws on every Bruin foul. Comets only with 3 team fouls. And there's going to be another foul. Taylor DeMint trying to get back on defense. She's going to bump into C.J. Decker, and Decker will head to the free throw line.
And to the line we go with C.J. Decker.
Decker, no points tonight. 0 for 2 from the floor. This will be her first free throw of the night. First is good. As the Comets have built their lead back up to 13. Now 14. Josiah Terrell checks back in for the Bruins. As Taylor DeMint departs with 4 personal fouls. So DeMint with 4, Hennings with 4. Aaron Walker with 4 for Mayville State. 5:20 and counting. Time the ally of Mayville State at this point of the game. The Bruins need to put points on the board almost every trip down the floor from here. Quick pass inside to Scott. Scott working against Rust. Aisha off the glass and in. The quick release at the apex of her jump. Aisha Scott adds another bucket to the Bruins side. The lead down to 12. Let's see if Bellevue can play some defense here. It's Rust. Kick back outside. Again, the passer on the perimeter. Decker taking some time off the clock. Look for the Comets to try to get down to use as much of that 30-second clock as they can. Mertens from distance. That's no good. Miranda Hennings with the rebound. And the Bruins did the job on defense. Let's see what happens on the other end of the floor. Trying to set up Hennings for the 3-pointer. Good defense by Hughes to deny that. Looking inside to Scott once again. The kick out. Miranda with the basketball. The drive. The bounce pass inside the traffic to Laura Jurek. Laura grabs the basketball, and then on top of her jumps Aaron Walker. And the foul will go on Aaron Walker, her 5th personal foul, so she's done for the evening.
Of the game, checking in for Walker.
Replacing her comes Kayla Rockel. Bruins with 20 seconds on the shot clock after regaining the basketball. Good hustle by Jurek inside to keep the play alive. Aisha Scott, no good. Jurek with the follow-up. Laura with the board and bucket. Nearing the 4-minute mark, the Bruins have cut it back to 10. Let's see what the Bruins defense can do this time down. C.J. Decker, point guard, with the basketball over to Jordan's Rust. Here's Mackenzie Hughes. Kayla Rockel. In the lane, kicking out again. Comets trying to use up as much of the 30-second shot clock as they can. The drive by Decker, the shot up and in. The little runner in the lane by C.J. Decker pushes the lead back out to 12. 3.5 to go. Bruins trying to run a couple of cutters around the baseline. Here's Keziah Terrell to Hennings. Jurek looks inside to Scott. Aisha again sees a one-on-one pass instead to Ashton Arnold. She's fouled from behind by Kayla Rockel. That'll be the 15th foul against the Comets, so Ashton Arnold will go to the free throw line for 2. Olivia Bigger checks back into the Bruin lineup. Here's where the Bruins, who have not been good from the free throw line for most of the game, have to be solid from here the rest of the way. Bruins 7 out of 14, 50%. 2 shots for Ashton Arnold. First one is good. Nice shooting by the sophomore out of California. 5 points for Ashton so far tonight. Off the mark, so the Bruins continue to shoot at 50% from the free throw line. That's been one of their Achilles heels tonight. Mackenzie Hughes on the drive, no good. Bigger on the defensive play. Bruins at the 3-minute mark. Here's Bigger. Quickly down into the lane. Olivia at the left-hander. That's no good. Rust picks up the rebound. It was a good shot, just off the mark. And now Mayville will continue to run time down off the clock, unless they can get a layup like that from Jess Mertens. And the lead back up to 13 points. Timeout on the court with 2:40 remaining. Mayville State 70, Bellevue 57. So Dave Denley and James Benford talking with the Bruin team. Dennis Hutter, Claire Blazek, and Bailey Norris talking with the Comets across the way. And again, we want to say hi to Emma Pesa across the way. She was injured in the first half, has her right leg, her right knee bandaged up, a pair of crutches leaning against the wall behind her. So we hope it's not a season-ending injury for her, but she was in obvious pain when she went down. Bellevue trying to trail, not trying to trail, they are trailing by 13 points, trying to come back in this one. But it's really a 5-possession game. So Mayville State will try to use every second it can on its 30-second shot clock. The Bruins defense has to be perfect. The Bruins offense has to be pretty close to perfect as well in the remaining 2:40. But still a chance. Hang in there till the end for the home team. Keep playing, ladies, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Taylor DeMette will let the ball roll till she'll pick it up there at the half-court line. Game clock doesn't start until it is picked up by a player. Here's Aisha Scott. Kick out pass. Miranda Headings. Quick release. Miranda knocks that one down. The second three-pointer of the night for Miranda. 8 points in total for her. A little perspiration or some kind of moisture on the floor. Olivia Biggers. Bigger, not Biggers. Sorry, Olivia. Gets the job done. Hey, Mike Livergood gets involved too. Good job, Mike. 2:23 remaining. Bruins would like to get a couple of steals if they can to shorten the clock by Mayville. Bruins had 3 consecutive steals in that third period that helped their cause. And with 1 second remaining on the 10-second clock to get it across the timeline, Mayville gets it done. Halfway through the shot clock. Now down to 12 seconds. Mertens kicks to the corner. Again, perimeter passing, driving into the lane. Rust for an open look for 3, and Jordan's Rust will hit the 22-point mark with that three-pointer. And that makes the task for the Bruins even more difficult. Back to a 13-point lead with 1:56. Mayville State calls the timeout. Each squad with 1 timeout remaining with 1:56 to go in this one. Bellevue shooting 37% on the game, 45% for Mayville. So Mayville a point or two above their season average. Bellevue, who averages 42% on the season, about 5 percentage points below their season average. Bruins needed to have a solid game. They got off to a horrible start. Have fought back in the second half. Have outscored the Comets 40-30 in the second half of the game. But a big task to try to surmount that deficit that they built in quarters 1 and 2. Mayville State has led from the opening basket. They were the first to score. Their largest lead of the night was 23 points. That was our halftime deficit as well. As we're back to the action. Again, Taylor DeMette will let the basketball roll a few more feet before she picks it up. Now the clock will start. Back to the action. The 2-3 zone defense again given by the Comets. Denies the Bruins a quick entry look. Now Ashton Arnold has it inside. The left-handed shot by Ashton is off the mark. Jordan's Rust and Aisha Scott battle for it. A foul's going to be called. And it'll be called against Aisha, trying to keep the play alive. Jordan's Rust will go back to the free throw line.
Back in for the Comets, number 12.
Aisha picks up her second foul. Rust has been to the free throw line. This will be 14 and 15. She's 11 for 13 tonight from there. 11 of her 22 points have come from the stripe. Men's game between the Bruins and the Comets will take place about 20 to 25 minutes after the conclusion of the women's game. We invite you to stick around for that. Nice entry pass. Laura Jurek with the shot too strong. Ashton Arnold with the putback. Ashton will head to the free throw line as well after that made basket.
Number 12. Brecken.
Foul goes against Sydney Brecken, her second personal.
For the Comets, number 21, Dean. Number 24, Terrell.
Keziah Terrell back in for the Bruins. Taylor Dean for Mayville State. Ashton Arnold, the Clovis, California native, will have the basket and one free throw coming up here. And she accomplishes it.
Back in the game, number 30.
1:29 to go. Bruins down by 13 points. So the Bruins have to play some crazy defense to make this happen. Keziah Terrell will get the turnover as her defense ticked it off the hand of Jess Mertens. So there's not a steal, but just as good as on the turnover. The 14th turnover of the night against Mayville State. Back in comes Sydney Brecken. Bruins would love to have a three-pointer here. Instead, it's tipped away. Good defensive play by Mackenzie Hughes, but it'll go out of bounds, and now Hughes is slow to get up near the midcourt. Looks like she may have twisted an ankle on the play, but she looks like she's going to stay in the game. As Laura Jurek and Taylor DeMint combine. A minute 20. Hennings is going to be called for the foul, trying to clear space with that left hand. And that will be Miranda's fifth personal foul. Miranda finishes with 8 points, including a couple from behind the arc. And with 1:17 and a 12-point lead, Mayville State will have the basketball over near the Bruin bench. So two Bruins have fouled out tonight, Hennings and Van Blaricon. Mertens dribbles across the timeline. Now we'll drive to the right side. Again, we'll kick it out. Time more important than points at this part of the game. Bruins still trying to battle. Aisha Scott will commit the foul. That'll send C.J. Decker to the free throw line for 2 shots with the 1:03 remaining.
Back in, number 12, Brecken.
But kudos to the Bruins for fighting hard throughout the contest. As they trailed by 23, they could have just given it up at halftime and just walked through it, but they made a game of it, coming to within 8 points. But the Mayville State Comets stayed tough, never letting the Bruins get any closer than that mark. And they continue to add to their lead here as Decker makes both free throws. Again, a great free throw shooting night for the Comets. 25 out of 28 from the line. Here's Taylor DeMint in the lane. Tough sledding, but gets the shot off, up and in. Taylor DeMint with 14 points on the night. We're under a minute to go. Bruins trying the double team trap near half court. Loose ball on the floor. Jordan's Rust comes away with it. Bruins trying to foul. Now the Bruins just will kind of sit back. 35 seconds remaining. Burns pull-up jump shot from the free throw line. It's off the mark. Aisha Scott with the rebound. Her 7th of the night to go along with the 18 points. Aisha on the drive make that 20 points. 22 seconds remaining, a 10-point game. And the Bruins with 15 seconds left fall back on defense. Mayville State will just kind of pass and dribble the remaining time. Their fans on their stands as well as the bench across the way. And in this battle for the top spot of the North Star Athletic Association, it'll be the Mayville State Comets with a 77-67 victory over the Bellevue Bruins. With the win, Mayville State goes to 17-4 overall, 9-1 in the North Star Athletic Association. With the loss, the Bellevue Bruins dropped to 14-9 and 8-2 in conference play. Tomorrow afternoon, the Bellevue Bruins will host the Presentation College Saints right here on Senior Day. Tomorrow, the Mayville State Comets will head up the road to Dakota State in another battle that they will have to maintain hold on first place. So Bellevue drops it, but kudos to the team and the coach's staff for staying strong. Got back into the game with that 22-point third quarter. And Bellevue outscores Mayville 25-22 in the fourth as well. But the Bruins come up short. On the game, the Bellevue Bruins shoot 39%. The Mayville Comets shoot 44%. Three-point land, the Comets with that first quarter bonanza wind up 43% from behind the arc. The Bruins only 21 tonight, 10 out of 23 from distance for the Comets, 4 of 19 for the Bruins. And again, that great free throw shooting night, 89% for the Comets, 25 of 28. The Bruins shot 11 less free throws, but only shot 53% from the line. Bellevue wins the rebounding battle, 41-33. But Mayville State wins the game, 77-67. For the Comets, Jordan's Rust with 24 points led the way. 22 points for Aaron Walker. Janice Mertens had 12 points. Mackenzie Hughes had 10, 4 double-digit scores for the Comets. C.J. Decker had 6 points and 3 points for Taylor Dean. For the Bellevue Bruins, 20 points from Aisha Scott to lead the way for her team. Taylor DeMent with 14. Laura Jurek finished with 10, so 3 double-digit scores for the Bruins. 8 points for Miranda Henning, 7 points for Ashton Arnold, 5 points for Keziah Terrell, and 3 points for Delaney Van Blair-Khan. We invite you to stick around another couple of minutes to see if head coach Dave Denley and one of the players will be coming out to talk with us on our post-game show. Sometimes they get involved in their post-game conversations, and we have to get ready for the men's game. For Aisha Scott with her 20 points tonight, that is the first time that she has gone over the 20-point mark tonight. She's had 6 previous 15-point-plus games. So Aisha done a nice job leading the scoring for the Bruins after the Bruins fell in that hole to start things off. Tip-off tomorrow afternoon is at 3 o'clock as the Bruins host Presentation College Saints. Presentation playing tonight on the road in Madison, South Dakota against Dakota State. So they'll travel down here either overnight or tomorrow morning to take on the Bruins on another women's and men's basketball doubleheader in the North Star Athletic Association. Thanks once again to Alex Salicio and Sean Malley working behind the scenes of our broadcast. Steve Field as well on his contributions. Bill Mullins, thanks to Bill for providing me with a whole ton load of stats on the evening for both schools. Bill and Steve making up the Bellevue Sports Information Department. As you look down on the floor, you can see the men warming up to get ready for their contest. That will take place in about 20 minutes or so. We'll hold on for one more minute to see if Coach Denley and one of his players will be coming out to visit with us, or we just turn it over and get ready for the men's side of action. I want to remind you, tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock tip-off for the women, 5 o'clock tip-off for the men, is part of our Senior Day festivities, where the players, senior players, and their families will be recognized for their contributions throughout their careers, some of them having 2-year careers, some of them having 4, some of them having 5 due to the COVID situation. So we'll have a fun afternoon tomorrow. Usually that's held in the midpoint between the women's and men's game, and that'll take place against Presentation College. All right, I think we're going to call a wrap-up on this one. If we have an opportunity to talk with Coach Denley during the halftime of the men's game, we'll do it then. But for right now, we'll sign off. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so with our intro for the men's game. Signing off for right now for the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network, Mick Krupski. See you in a couple of minutes from men's